And I can actually stand in front of all of you today and say, I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. I look at it and I see the situation. Some people don't have a voice to say that. Some end up dead. Some are so scared that they don't want to come forward.
Mike alleges that he was sexually abused by Bryan Singer, starting when he was 15 years old. Went on for a couple of years, 15, 16, and 17. This abuse started when Mike was invited over to a house owned by the name of Mark Collins Rector. He lived in a house with a man named Chad Shackley. And the two of them would host parties where they would invite Hollywood moguls over, people in the entertainment industry, along with underage boys. They were given drugs, they were given alcohol. Mike alleges that it was during these parties that he was sexually abused.
I turned it in when I was a kid. My mom turned it in to the authorities. We were living here in Los Angeles. Turned it in, and what happened was basically it fell on deaf ears. I mean, we didn't get anywhere. And then I basically buried it in me as deep as I possibly could, because that's all I knew what to do.
Years ago in a lawsuit by Mike and another one or two victims.
I mean, I've had drugs put in drinks. I had liquor poured down my throat from being where there were rules in the house of no swimsuits, no clothes out by the pool area. I was raped numerous times in that house by numerous individuals, various types of sexual abuse, all throughout that house. It was just something that you were like a piece of meat to these people, and they'd pass you around between them. It was, if I could define what that house was, it's evil. That's what the house was.
The reel I'm going to show, where these two characters come face to face with younger self, older self.
So out in the pool area, myself and Mr. Singer are out there in the hot tub with other individuals, and to where they would grope you, they'd shove your head under the water for you to try to orally, what's the proper word, but orally molest them, or however the proper wording is. To where they would rape you on the side of the pool. On the side of the hot tub. It was, you were a piece of meat. There was no relationship. You were a piece of meat.
And this is every bit as much a time travel movie as it is an X-Men movie. There is those risks.
Bryan Singer's attorney, Marty Singer, has issued a statement calling the claims absurd, calling them defamatory, saying they're basically a publicity ploy in advance of Bryan Singer's upcoming movie, X-Men: Days of Future Past.
You have is it 2 or is it?
Well,
20
2 trips to Hawaii, but over the years, how many, do you have any?
No one at a young age ever deserves to go through the horrific chunk that I went through as a kid. And if it takes me sitting here in front of all of you to stop that, I'll do it. Because if we can just help one person not have to deal with the nightmare that I lived as a kid, I've done my job. Because everybody, it's such a stigma to where you don't want to talk about it, or you're embarrassed, or are you going to be believed? At the end of the day, it's got to change.
You too.
All right, Mike. Good luck, man.
Thank you.